Hi, I'm Miss Meaders. I'm your seniors literature teacher this year. Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm Miss Meaders. I am a literature teacher at Lakeside High School. This will be my 4th year at Lakeside and my 9th year teaching overall. I'm coming from Conyers in Covington, Georgia, and I'm really excited to see some of my freshmen from 4 years ago enter their senior year as grown people, and I'm really excited to see them walk across that stage. I am one of the coaches of the Lakeside High School cross country team, as well as the girls lacrosse coach. I sponsor a couple clubs here at Lakeside, Granny's Corner, which is a new knitting and crocheting club, and the Lakeside High School hiking club as well. I graduated from Virginia Tech with my bachelor's in English. Blacksburg, Virginia is where I call home. That's where my parents still live to this day, and I love it there. It's beautiful. And I moved down here for grad school. I went to UGA, and I went there to become a professional goofball that teaches literature and reads all day. So I am just really excited to teach your student literature, and I just really love my job, and I want to keep doing it for as long as I can. I am teaching your student this year Multicultural Literature. It is a new course. This is the 2nd year that it's being offered for seniors, and here are some of the books that we're going to read. My gifted and accelerated students can expect to read these 2 books. There's They're There by Tommy Orange and Homegoing by Yav Jesse. I do have these copies available. There's a classroom set, and there's also digital copies available. But I am always encouraging of students that want to buy their own copies. It's always more fun for me personally to write all over my own books and know that I get to keep them if I want them. And those are the 2 books that you can expect that we will definitely read before the spring 2022. My ESOL students can expect to read The Arrival. This is a graphic novel, and it's a beautiful story. I do have a digital copy available as well as a classroom set, but as always, you're more than welcome to buy your own. The learning management system that we will use in my classroom is Google Classroom. I wanted to give you an overlook of what it looks like for your student. Your student will see this screen as their classwork screen. Each assignment is organized into the week that it was assigned, and your student can easily find any assignment, whether they were present or absent. I do use little emojis as a kind of legend to let them know if they need to wait on the teacher or if they can go ahead and move forward whenever they see the assignment posted. So for example, under week 5, you see the no red ink assignment has a laptop, which indicates that your student can go for it. They don't have to wait for me, that all the instructions they need are right there on the page. But the little teacher with the blackboard behind her indicates that your student might need to wait for in-class instruction before they begin that assignment. At the beginning of each class, we go to joinpd.com, and your student will enter in a funky little code every day, and then they will have some type of funny meme check-in board where they'll let me know how they're feeling that day. And then at this point, we will launch into a journal or the activities that we're doing that day. So I just want to give you a little feel for what it looks like at the beginning of every class. We also use noreading.com. This is one of my favorite teacher sites, and this site is aimed at really perfecting your students' grammar. So there's lots of practice, and then on the teacher end, it gives me lots of good data so that I don't have to spend time teaching things that your students already know. So they have already logged in, they have their own login, and they already have their own, they've already taken their own diagnostic test. So I already am aware of your students' strengths and weaknesses in English grammar, and we are going to perfect those hopefully over the course of the year. And your students always welcome to go to No Reading and practice on their own. It's a open site, so they can do their own practice, but they can also have assignments in there as well. And I do assign those, and I try to do that at least once a week so that they are working on their grammar. The expectations and rules for my classroom are as follows. I have the 5 BPs, which are be prepared, be polite, be prompt, be productive, and be professional. I think that if your student does those 5 things, then they will be well prepared for my classroom and for life. And that really leads me to my rules, which I wanted the rules of the classroom to be some of the rules I think we should all live by. Number 1 is be the best version of yourself as often as possible, followed quickly by number 2, which is beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. I really want students to try their best as much as they can, but also give themselves grace if they fall short. I think we all try to strike that delicate balance as human beings. Number 3 is do the right thing because it is the right thing to do. Not because your teacher's standing over your shoulder, not because your parents are watching, but because it is the right thing to do. Number 4, I borrowed from the infamous Miss Frizzle. Take chances, make mistakes, get messy. I love this phrase, and I hope that your student makes the most of their last year of free education, particularly in my class, and I hope they put themselves out there and are vulnerable enough to make mistakes and to perfect them in the classroom before they head on to whatever stage awaits them next. Number 5 is no knowledge shaming. This one has to do with the fact that we all have different experiences that have shaped our perceptions, and I never want anyone to feel any judgment or shame for not knowing something that someone else or a lot of someone else's know, because we just don't know where we're all coming from. And so number 5 is pretty important to the culture of the class, that we don't do that. And number 6, if you volunteer someone, you volunteer yourself. This one works really well when I'm asking for volunteers to read, but also I think it is a good life rule. Never ask someone else to do something that you're not willing to do yourself, kind of thing. So those are my rules and expectations, and if you have any questions, please let me know. But thank you so much for supporting me and your student in upholding these expectations and rules. I am available for tutoring at any time by appointment. I am a coach and I am a teacher, but I do want to make time to help your student. That is my number 1 priority. I will be able to have a set time with more freedom in the spring, but right now, being a coach, there's less free available time, but I will make time if it is by appointment. Here's my email, a link, a QR code to my email, and then my phone number. I respond best to written forms of communication simply because I am coaching and teaching, and it's just easier to return a written message. But I am available in any way you would like to reach me. So please feel free to send me a text or an email, and I would love to have open dialogue with you at all times. So I am here to support you and your student in their last year of literature education. By the end of your students' time in multicultural literature, I'm hoping that they've perfected and honed in on skills in the 4 main domains of our literature standards. I want all of my students every day to read, to write, to listen, and to speak. And I'm really hoping to just perfect those skills in their last year in high school. Lastly, my Amazon wish list is linked through this QR code. Please do not feel any pressure. The list is just a few select items that make the class more collaborative and more lovely to be in, like air fresheners, but also Post-its that help with self-reflection and with communication. So if you feel so moved, there is a link through this QR code to my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much for visiting this curriculum night virtually. I've had so much fun introducing myself in this way, and I just really encourage you to stick around. If you have questions, there is a QR code on the next slide that will direct you to a survey where you can ask a few questions or leave any comments for me to read and go over. So thank you again, and it's nice to meet you.